These two professional snipers are hired to guard two different ends of a hidden, remote top-secret gorge for a year. This high-level and special operation that demands a no-contact policy turns into a romantic rumble. Two skilled agents, partners in crime and justice, and madly in love. Their connection? Unbreakable. Their job? Extremely dangerous. Their latest mission? A high-risk extraction that should be quick and simple. Will they be together? Stay tuned, and let's find out together. Meet Levi, a veteran sniper soldier with no relative, nothing to fight or even care for. With nothing to do, Levi is a novice poet, and now he's sitting in a public beach watching the beautiful sceneries. Levi receives an encrypted invite for a job similar to the ones he has done in the past. He didn't turn a deaf ear to it. He accepts to go for the invite. Upon arrival, Levi salutes Bartholomew before he's thoroughly interrogated by her. Levi is seriously questioned about his personal life, private and military contracts. He confirms that he has made more than 113 successful kills and over 80 probable kills. However, considering the high-level secrecy and nature of the job, he is only given the job because he has no one who would miss him when he is gone. Bartholomew accepts to give Levi the job and promises to give him a reason to attend medical treatment before the commencement of his fatal mission. Meanwhile, on the other side, Drasa, another rare talent, a highly skilled female, is seen visiting her only relative, her father, who is depressed and seeks nothing else but rest. He is greatly ill. Cancer has consumed both his liver and pancreas. His father wants nothing else but to rest next to his late wife, Drasa's mother. So, what will he do? He has already decided to commit the unthinkable. He further asks his daughter, Drasa, to light her candle on February 14th because that's when he wants to go for a journey of no return. Moving forwards, we see Levi being given his travel and personal document with little instructions before he parachutes down from a moving plane. Levi tries to ask where they are, but the lady with her say, "I'm not authorized to answer that." Upon a successful landing, Levi finds his way to his predecessor, Jasper Drake, who prefers to be called JD, a former British Marine corporal whose time at the Gorge expires at midnight. Jasper confirms to Levi he surely has no idea where he is, even if he has been there for over a year. He further briefs Levi about all the information he needed to know regarding the West Tower. He orients him about the daily, weekly, and monthly tasks needed to be performed by him. JD teaches him about how tactical the mission is and additionally reaffirms that Levi must not make any outside communication. However, if Levi ever hears of the stray dog protocol, he should run as fast as hell. Levi is curious, and he wants to know where he is. He needs to know how exactly to stay and remain alive for the rest of his stay at the Gorge. JD confirms, Levi's job is to guard the Gorge. The Gorge is a door to hell, and the guards stand guarding the gate. While other guards work to prevent access, at the West Tower, the guard's job is to keep what is in the Gorge from coming out. Moving forward, JD is seen finding his way out. He's so excited and can't wait to go back to his people. Will they let him leave just like that? Well, let's see. JD signals to the helicopter before he's thrown a rope to climb up. However, his colleague asks him to confirm his identity before he was shot and killed. After that, the soldier confirms to Bartholomew that the operation has been successfully completed. Exactly 30 days after Levi's arrival, he is now performing mandatory machine and telephone checks. When he curiously asked the operator, he was disconnected just before he could find an answer to his concern. Nonetheless, Levi proceeds, and he now has nothing to do except to read the many poems and books on top of his daily and weekly assignments as the West Tower Guard. He proceeds and reads the many inscribed writings on the wall. After a funny and strange noise coming from the east end, Levi is curious and wants to know what's happening. He zooms in and sees Drasa doing some furniture work. After several weeks, Drasa violates the no communication protocol on her birthday and initiates conversations with Levi via written signs. But wait, how does she initiate the conversation? Well, she waits till the middle of the night and shoots at Levi's window. waking him up, and immediately Levi runs to check it out, only to find out later that he injured his right foot in the course. Anyhow, Levi reciprocates and the two engage in deep visual conversation before participating in a sharpshooting competition. But just when the fun is climaxing, there is a protracted escape attempt by the Gorge inhabitants, the Hollow Men. Luckily, the attentive and ever-ready Drasa and Levi defend their towers and each other from the fatal Hollow Men. When Drasa, though they were done, some Hollow Men climb up to her tower, but leveraging the long machine gun, Levi and Drasa attack and overpower them. Even though Drasa sustained some simple injury, the two start communicating more frequently, and she informs Levi that this was her best birthday ever. Moving past Drasa's birthday, it's now December. Still ignoring the no-contact rule, the two take this romance to another level. Levi makes a Christmas tree and wishes Drasa Merry Christmas, even if they aren't supposed to be contacting each other. Though separated by distance, Levi and Drasa even continue to play chess visually. A few months have passed and it's now February. On the 14th February, Levi wakes up with a nightmare, however. He proceeds and checks on Drasa, and they continue with their visual communication. After that, Levi goes for his routine checks before returning to his West Tower residence. He visually checks on Drasa and tells her he missed her during the routine checks. However, Levi is reminded by one of the wall inscriptions he read, and now he wants to cross to the other side of the tower. He's planning the unimaginable, and he now wants to physically meet Drasa. With the help of each other, the two will have dinner together. Later that evening, Levi ziplines and embarks on a visit to the East Tower. Finally, with Is flower on his chest, Levi reaches Drasa, but he confesses that even if he isn't supposed to be there, he was there anyway, and for the first time, he is standing next to Drasa in person, not visually. The two that aren't supposed to contact each other are now having dinner together. Discussing about their past operations, private lives, and more, they are pretty excited to be around each other. Beyond romance, Levi asks Drasa what lies beyond the Gorge, but Drasa tells him, "Too much truth spoils your mind, so maybe Levi should forget about it." Boy, it's time to unwind. The two are seen unleashing unstoppable dance strokes before finally making up. Well, this is romance in the unexpected place. Will they get away with it? Well, let's wait and see. Time is up for romance, and now, Levi must leave and return to his tower. But just before that, he tells Drasa that he has started writing a romantic poem for her, titled "She Collapsed That Night." Drasa wants him to read for her, but he refused. Just when Levi had started ziplining back to the West Tower, his rope breaks, and his newly found girlfriend, Drasa, just can't let her new catch die. Drasa embarks on a journey to rescue him. Levi is trapped just before falling into some disgusting monster trap. Luckily for him, Drasa has come to rescue her man. The duo is now being hunted by crazy-looking creatures. These are the Hollow Men JD spoke about. Levi discovers that the Hollow Men monsters are actually former airborne soldiers from the 1940s, as it can be evident in their military uniforms. Anyhow, no time to waste. The two must find their way out of the Gorge. They both have multiple encounters before entering an evil room with several spider-looking monsters just before they were joined by the Hollow Men. However, just like before, they fought and overcame. Leaving the room without any option, the two enters the Gorge wall. There, they found a hidden room filled with cobwebs, dusts, and old abandonments. They discover a video of a previous female researcher who was working on a top-secret assignment by the Dark Lake. In the video, she mentions that exposure to the infection, exactly after 5 days, alterations would happen to the contact's DNA. Furthermore, Levi and Drasa finds out that they are working for the Dark Lake, not the military, but a private genetic research firm building super soldiers. They uncover a truth that changes everything. This place isn't just a test of survival. It's a carefully controlled game, run by forces beyond their understanding. Every choice they've made, every fight they've survived, it's all been planned. After learning about the 5-day window, Levi and Drasa agree to both have a 5-day self-quarantine just to confirm they are safe from the infection. Now it's clear that the mission is no longer to keep the Gorge, but to escape and run away from it. In an attempt to escape from the 500-meter-deep Gorge, they encounter several other variations of the Hollow Men just before landing on an old jeep, which is their only way out of the Gorge. With the use of an inclined ascending rope, Drasa ties the jeep as Levi shoots the Hollow Men, and just like that, they keep ascending. The Hollow Men do not give up. They come even in more numbers than before, but to escape, the two must overcome them lest they perish. This is not an option. They must fight and fight to win. Finally, they escape from the daunting Hollow Men, and now both Levi and Drasa are at Drasa's East Tower. Through the several encounters at the Gorge, their romantic bond even got closer. They've never faced anything like this before and understood that their survival means depending on each other more than ever. Just before departing for his West Tower, Levi reassures Drasa about his feelings for her. Drasa helps Levi, and both kissed before he ziplines back to his tower. Next day, when Levi is making radio checks, he gets a confrontation that perhaps someone accessed the Gorge, but Levi denied. He was then commanded to neutralize his counterpart, and he agrees to it. Will he do it? Let's wait and find out. Meanwhile, Bartholomew calls the commander and informs him that Levi is compromised and she now wants to go to the West Tower and kill him by herself. When Levi and Drasa were seated outside, they hear an helicopter and realize it's time to run. To run like they had never done before. The commander and Bartholomew reach Levi's tower only to not find him there. Little did they know that Levi and Drasa are on a different mission. The drones are then unleashed to hunt for Levi and Drasa. However, the snipers are too good to be shot by the drones. With their excellent aiming skills, they put down all the 4 drones, and now Levi and Drasa are in position. The best position to put down the Gorge's tower. Meanwhile, back at Levi's tower residence, Bartholomew and her men read Levi's quote that reads, "3 things cannot be hidden forever: the sun, the moon, and the truth." Just after that, they find out that the Gorge is now exposed, and she orders for the execution of Operation Stray Dog. They attempt to escape from their stray dog mission. However, it's time for the Gorge to explode. Unfortunately, the Gorge explodes before their quadcopter reaches a safe zone. Levi knows he has only 2 minutes before Operation Stray Dog, but with his injuries, it's hard to tell he can make it before that time. Drasa keeps counting the 5-day self-quarantine and waits to open the love poem, as she was instructed to open only if Levi doesn't show up after 5 days. She's now in France and decides to open it at sunset. She gets even more emotional, especially now that Levi hasn't showed up. After several months in April, Drasa is working as a waitress, and just to her surprise, one client, Levi, shows up. Filled with emotions, she approaches her and they both kissed before the movie ends. Levi and Drasa's story is more than just an action-packed journey. It's a love story wrapped in chaos and fire. It's intense, relentless, and beautiful and breathtaking action with deep emotions that stay with you long after it's over. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and share your thoughts by leaving a comment about this movie with us. See you next time. Peace.